Ay, di pa usap eh. Sino mababalikan wala pang Facebook? Tawagan talaga na walang Facebook, walang ano. Ayaw umamin. Joke lang. Pero diba, dumating tayo sa time na mag-usap tayo sa phone, yung mga tinatawagan natin yung landline. Tapos sino, tulog ka na? Hindi, tulog ka na. Hindi, tulog ka na. Hindi, sige, tulog ka na. Gamit, alas 12 na. Tulog, di pa rin kayo natutulog. Usap pa kayo, usap sa phone. And you enjoy the time together talking. Is it true that while you're courting your spouse, you enjoyed like, Lord, sana magkita uli kami. Sana magka-date uli kami. Sana namimiss ko na siya kausap. Remember those times? Ganun pa rin ba ngayon? That you're looking forward to talk to your husband? And looking forward pa rin kayo na, namimiss ko na siya kausap.
Tinutulugan ako.
Tulugan na lang, diba? Minsan ganyan din eh.
Sobra pagod.
Sobra pagod. Ako din, minsan gusto. Minsan
tulog.
May time kami ni Lulin na nag-uusap kami, mamaya iba rin sinasabi ko, pala talk na ako. Sabi niya, sinabi mo? May sinabi mga babae? Hindi, wala naman. Sige, wala na. Mamaya, sa sobrang antok mo, di ba? Pero minsan, we neglect communicating to one another. We neglect because the reason is pagod, busy, di ba? So, alam ito katang to?
Alone in the crowd, 'cause even you, alone in the crowd, couldn't help but notice your smile, while everybody else around us is going about. Can we just stop and talk a while? Told our world's going on, and the times are harder to find. To tell me more about yourself, we could share a thought or two. Now who mine? Baby, then we would go for a ride down to the countryside, get away from the crazy hurly-burly of the city life. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's the first day of the rest of our lives. Can we just stop and talk a while, get to know each other? Who are we to know? I could be waiting at the end from that bend, so let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk.
Mindset natin na, teka lang, usap ko na tayo, di ba? Masyado na, kasi sabi dito ba, early yet to say what lies ahead is the first day of the rest of our lives. Is it true that good relationship starts in a good communication?
Yes.
Di ba? Pag unang date nyo, nag-click, uy, I think this guy is, good communicator. Parang, try nga natin ulit. Date nga tayo ulit. Tapos tayo mga husband, can we just stop and talk a while, then get to know each other? Diba para tayo, diba? Nung time na nililigawan natin sila, gusto pa kita makilala eh. Pwede ba tayo mag-usap? Pwede ba tayo magkwentuhan? But, kamusta kaya ngayon? Kamusta kaya ngayon? How about now? To those who are married 3 years and beyond, mukhang panay, 15 years and beyond.
15 years and beyond.
10 years na,
natutulog na.
Married 3 years, birth, baliwala. Married for 10 years. Ganyan natin. Yung birth na rin yung wife. Then married for 20 plus years. Para na silang Tapos meron pang ano, meron pang, diba, ganun na ba yung ano, is that how it is now? Diba? Before, talagang nag-date. Di ba sabi ni Luli that you really make effort to look good, to dress, and let's go out, have a date. Diba? Pero ngayon, labas tayo, dyan na lang, tulog na tayo. No? Wala nang effort to talk. Unfortunately, sana hindi ganito yung kanta nyo.
Pagkaranday.
Ganito na ba kanta nyo ngayon?
We might watch our whole life pass us by. Let's don't wait till the waters run dry. Make the biggest mistake of our lives. Don't do it, baby.
Yeah, so nandun na ba tayo sa stage na yun that you don't even know what you're arguing about? Sana naman hindi, di ba? Sana naman hindi tayo, we're not in that situation that just for the sake of argument, pag-awayan na, tahimik na lang tayo, then let's not talk about it. Di ba? Sana hindi tayo gano'n. Because, you know why? During the romantic stage, we talk about anything. Agree? Romantic stage. After romantic stage, anything you talk about becomes
Annoying.
Pag konting buka pa lang, nakakainis na ito, no? When communication decreases, conflict increases. When conflict increases, intimacy ceases. Pag lagi nag-aaway, di ba? Romantic pa ba? Gusto mo ba maging intimate? No. When intimacy ceases, temptation increases. If you're not intimate with each other, temptation creeps in. And when temptation increases, faithfulness ceases. Because when you're unfaithful,
Satan
rejoices. Because according to John 10:10, the thief comes
only to steal and kill and destroy.
So he's waiting. Even in your communication, your relationship as husband, how you communicate, this is where the enemy will start creeping in. So are you a candidate for a broken marriage? If you gauge your how's your communication ba? Diba? Sana hindi po tayo again, it's not a prayer is that wala pa po tayo sa ganung stage that you don't even talk. So that's why we want to share this with you. So communication involves the sharing of ideas and feelings. Communication is not what is said, but what is heard and understood. Why is communication important in marriage? Communication is important, is one of the ingredients to a happy marriage. If you're talking, if you know what to be happy, parang, diba nagtatawanan pa po kayo, nag-uusap kayong dalawang mag-asawa, you laugh about stuff, they laugh about things na pinag-usapan nyo, and one of the keys is to an intimate marriage. If you talk, diba, you know how to throw sweet language, sweet words, diba? It helps for a marriage. One of the foundation of a strong marriage. If you have a good foundation, if you have a good communication with your spouses, definitely you have a strong marriage. Communication is all about togetherness. The more time you communicate, the more time you're together. Agree? The more time you communicate, the faster you learn things together. And the more time you communicate, the easier you solve problems together. Diba? Whenever you talk to each other, mas madaling mag-solve ng problem. But why are we having communication problems in marriage? Tingin niyo bakit? Barriers. Tama yung brother. When men and women are completely equal in marriage, but God created us different sets of needs and roles. He designed marriage to allow a husband and wife to meet each other's needs. We are completely different. Magkaiba si Sis Jen, magkaiba si Joseph, magkaiba si Brother Victor, magkaiba si Janet. Magkakaiba tayo, magkaiba kami dalawa ni Luli. We have our different needs, we have our different understanding, we have our different way of living before. So how men communicate? Kung nag-uusap daw ang mga lalaki is basically for function. Sabihin, ano dapat natin gawin? May purpose agad. Alam agad. Pero pag ang women, they just want to connect. Diba? Kamusta ka na? How's your day? Diba? Ang husband, okay lang. Okay lang. Method. Giving information. Most of the time when men talk to their spouse, laging information. Bili ka ganito, gawin natin to, ganyan. But for women, they're expressing their emotions. Then quantity. Gaano kadalas sa pag-usap ang men? Direct to the point. Men always talk directly. Ang women, they always talk very detailed. Nangyari na ba sa inyo, sinabihan kayo, mga bro, na kamusta ang araw mo? Sabi ko, okay lang. Hindi, kamusta yung nag-umpisa kayo pagdating mo ng office, okay lang? Diba, parang sabi, okay. So, kailangan ko pala ikwento ng nakikita kami ng boss ko. Then, kasi, dapat detailed. Minsan, naranasan nyo na ba yun na bitin yung mga wives nyo na ano nangyari? Hindi okay lang. Diba? Then, references refers to physical world. Ang mga women daw, laging emotions, laging nag-aano. Then, irritating tendency, grunting. Ang women naman daw, paulit-ulit. Paulit-ulit. So, different tayo. That's the reality. We are totally different. Men and women were created to listen differently. Modern science has revealed that the male brain is compartmentalized. Therefore, it tends to focus on things at hand. For the female brain is more free-floating system such that it can accommodate the flow of various data all at the same time. Multitasking ba ang women? That while they're driving, they can do makeup, or while they're talking, they can do something else. Ang men, if they're watching TV lang. Diba? Minsan pagkausapin mo yung husband mo, nanonood ng TV, mga attention namin. I think hindi yata hindi nahihirapan. Kasi kami mga men, meron kami laging parang, ako napanood nila yung video about that merong ang tawag doon, box. May box daw ang guys na pag sinabing tahimik, okay ka lang ba? Tahimik na talaga kasi are you thinking about something? Dumarating sa point na wala mo talaga iniisip eh. Gusto lang natin nakatahimik at tulala. Kasi doon, most of the time yun doon nag-relax tayo. For women, feeling nila na, ano nangyari dito? Para tayo relax lang tayo. Okay lang ako, wala akong tanongin. Nag-enjoy ako na tahimik ako, ganyan. Diba? So how women listen? Surprise. Happy. Desiring. Sad. Afraid. Angry. Ganyan ba ang mga wives natin pag ano? Alam niyo bang galit sila? Alam niyo bang surprise sila? Alam niyo bang They have different facets, different features na ginagawa. Ang tanong ngayon, how about the men? Paano ang ano nila? Kapag surprise, kapag happy, kapag sad, kapag afraid, angry, lahat. Walang emosyon, di ba? Minsan kapag yung wife mo, umiiyak na ikaw, nakagano'n pa rin. Okay. Minsan naman, pag nag-share yung wife mo, parang, okay. Walang emotion. Most of the time, ganyan daw tayo. Ako, guilty ako dyan. Pareho lang. Walang nagbago. Next, men and women were created to talk differently. An average woman has 50% more in her vocabulary storage than the average male. Medyo di ako payo dito, pero mukhang totoo naman eh. Ang daming nasasabi ng wife. A typical woman speaks around 20,000 words per day, compared to a typical man who speaks just around 10,000 words per day. Kalahati, no? Sa bahay ba gano'n? Sa bahay ba mas marami tayo narinig sa mga wives natin? the solution. So if we are created differently, different to listen, different to talk, if we're created differently, the solution is, my dear brothers, to take note of this, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. That is from John 1:19. James pala, sorry. James 1:19. Sabi, my brothers, take note of this, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Communication is a skill that must be learned and practiced in order to have successful marriage. Kaya ba natin i-develop ang communication natin? I think so. This is a skill that we can learn. And this is a skill. So, one skill that we would like to share with you for the couples. Siguro na to, gawin na lang natin isang picture. Ito po. You can one na lang. And we'll not do it this time, but you can use this as a follow-up sa inyong mga because of limited time, sana namin pasagutan sa inyo and dito natin pag-usapan. But we have a very limited time. So. That test will help you to discover the next topic. Know your spouse love language. So basically, para malaman nyo daw ang love language. Okay? Romantic stage, according to, ang romantic stage daw po, lasts for only 2 years. Then, so, after 2 years of romantic stage, parang everything will change. And this is where true love cannot begin until the in-love experience has run out its course. So, di ba, when the time that you're in love, kahit anong gawin ni husband, parang okay lang sa inyo. Kahit anong gawin ni wife, parang okay kasi in love eh. Di ba? Wow, umutot siya. Ang bango. Sorry naman. Ngayon, pag gano'n na, galit ka na. Ano, bakit ganyan? Ano na, wow, ano ba, dumigay siya. Sweet.
Ang gwapo niya dumigay.
Di ba? Ang cute. Parang lahat na lang ang gawin ni husband nung romantic stage. Parang ngayon, pag ano gawin ni husband, parang galit na siya. Ganun din daw. Di ba? So, true love cannot begin until in-love experience has run out. So, emotional love. So, what makes you feel most loved? Love language. What do you desire above else, and what do your spouse or say that deeply hurt you? So, we have this term, love tank. Narinig niyo ba may love tank? The principle is that tayo lahat, we have our own love tanks. And if our love tank is nababawasan, most of the time, we need to fill that love tank sa ating mga spouses. Diba? Kaya kami ni Ludi, when we have our date nights, there are times that we ask, how's your love tank? Full ba siya or hindi? Kapag hindi full, now you need to fill that in. And the easiest way for us to fill those love tanks is through 5 love languages. First love language is quality time. Next is First is quality time. Can you all read Mark 3:14? 1, 2, 3, go. He appointed 12 that he might send them out to preach it. Even si Jesus Christ, he is our highest model. Even him spent his time with his disciples. Si Jesus yan. So tayo din, as a husband, we need to know yung quality time ng husband yung wife natin. Quality time means it communicates you are important, you are our priority. So quality time, at yung time that your wife or your spouse, if this is his or her love language, ang hinahanap niya is yung nag-spend ba tayo ng time together, nag-date ba tayo, kapag dinate mo yung wife mo, parang puno agad yung love tank niya. O kaya, pag umupo kayo together, nag-usap kayo, puno agad yung love tank ni wife mo kasi yung na-deal mo agad yung kanyang need, yung quality time. Okay? So, number 1 yan. So, makikita niyo yung tendency that these are the times that Pag yung husband naman, if the husband is asking for quality time, pag nagreklamo siya na, sabi ko naman busy sa kusina, usap naman tayo, tabi lang tayo dito. Yeah. So, even the husband has the tendency to have this quality time. Later, as we complete the 5 love languages, I'll tell you one important thing. Second, first is quality time. Number 2 is physical touch. This love language which helps you. Ito yung mga pag gusto ni husband mo is mag-hug, mag-kiss, or ito yung si wife mo na gusto niya na ini-embrace mo siya every morning, ganyan. So, this is physical touch. At touching is not always sex. I tell my yung minsan kasi tennis pa sabing touch parang gusto agad sex. It's not that. Hindi lang yan. You just want to show them that you communicate that I will protect you. I will always be here for you. Show touching your wife. Minsan, while walking dito yung, while walking outside, gusto holding hands. Meron ba sa inyo? Yung gusto niyo magka-holding hands kayo. Kung sino yung lagi nag-i-initiate ng ganon, yun ang love language. Usap tayo ng love language ng tao, ng spouse nyo. Kami ni Luli, I learned this that, pag isa umaga bago kami na kama, ma-embrace ko muna siya. So, ganun. Yun yung natin. You will discover that through the course of time. So, that is quality time, then a physical touch. That test that we gave you will help you identify your love language. Kung ano yung strength nyo, kung ano yung pinaka-love language nyo, at kung ano yung love language ng spouse nyo. Number 3 is acts of service. Dear children, let us not love with words. Let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. So, even acts of service communicates, let me do that for you. It communicates, I care for you, I'm here to help you, I am concerned about you. Service, most of the time, these are the love language of men. Sinasabi ng mga husband, ito yung mga sinasabi ng husband na pagdating ko, gusto ko may pagkain na ready, maayos yung damit ko. Pag ginawa ng mga wives yung pinagplancha si husband, pinagluto si husband, naramdaman niya na masyado akong love naman ng asawa ko, may pinagluto ako. Same thing with the wives. Ang wives naman, if this is their love language, all they want us is for men to help them sa kitchen, or help them sa pag-aalaga ng bata, or help them to do some small things na pwedeng makatulong, mapagaang yung ginagawa ng wife sa bahay. So, these are small acts of service. Another acts of service is masahe. Sino dito nag-request ng husband niyang imasahe siya, or yung wife naman imasahe siya. So, these are things and acts of service that also requires for your service to your wife. Okay? So, ano yung number 1? Ano yung isa? Quality time. Then,
Physical touch.
Physical touch, and then acts of service. Number 4 is words of affirmation. Can we all read together Proverbs 18:21? The tongue
has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit.
So it's very clear that our words are very important. Kapag nasabi na natin, hindi na natin pwedeng bawiin. Kaya we need to be careful sa ating mga words, especially when you're emotional. So words of affirmation, if this is your spouse love language, it communicates this. I am so blessed to have you. Thank you for, I love you, I appreciate you, then I love you and I love. Sino dito may yung husband nila minsan or yung spouse nila parang gusto na appreciate nila sila. Meron ba dito yung wives nyo nag-ask na hindi mo man na-appreciate yung suot ko, hindi mo man na-appreciate yung ganito. Ganun din naman ng husband. Pag most of the time, the husband feel na na-hurt kapag hindi na-appreciate na may ginawa siyang maganda. So, these are the things na maramdaman natin that ang love language ng husband nyo ay affirmation. Meron din words of I miss you, I believe in you. Di ba pag meron mga decision making, the husband, yung mga ginawa ng husband na decision making, then the wives, parang hindi nila malaman ng reaction yung wives nila. Pero, ako kasi ang one of my love language is affirmation. So, anything that I do, tas in-appreciate ni Luli, parang love na love ako ni Luli. So that's how it is. And lastly, love language is love language of gifts.
Yan, kayo
Yan. So, husband, love your wife just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Even to Jesus Christ, giver siya. So, this is not only for husbands, this is not also for wives. So, gifts. What does gift communicate? It communicates, I value you, I think about you, I think about you. Di ba, minsan, madali ba magregalo sa mga wives, mga bro? Ako nahihirapan ako. Hindi ko that's my weakness. Later, we will share that. So now that we all know yung, number 1, ano yung 5 love languages? Quality time. Next, physical touch. Next, acts of service. Then words of affirmation and gifts. Out of this 5, meron ang isang spouse or ang husband or ang wife, meron siyang strongest love language. At kung ano yung love language yun, that is your assignment to discover. You need to discover your wife's love language or your spouse's love language. And then, there is always a secondary love language. May pangalawa yan. Dalawa, at least yung dalawang yun, pag ma-identify nyo, what does it do for us? Ako, for example, ano yung love language ko?
Service at saka affirmation.
Service and affirmation. Kay Luli naman, ang love language niya is time and touch. Meron sasabihin niya, nag-vary din niya, nag-change. Pero time and touch. So, if I do something na medyo na-hurt ko si Luli, and I need to make bumawi sa kanya, since alam ko kanyang love language, that's where I will focus my attention. Ang primary ano niya is time. So I'll go out, magdi-date kami para makabawi ako. So for me, it helps me to identify kung ano kung saan ako dapat bumawi. And pag nagawa ko yon, mas magiging madali sa akin ma-identify ng love ko siya. Ganun din si Luli sa akin. Pag feel ko na hindi niya ako na-affirm, kasi yun ang aking strongest yung affirmation. Minsan, yun ang napapasin siya that he appreciates me more. So, pag ganun yung naramdaman ko, feeling ko parang love na love ako ni Luli. So, there should be at least 2 of the love language na dominant. Tingin nyo doon sa out of this, pag-usapan nyo, then you can answer that question there. And once you know that, that's where you can focus. It will help you make your life easier. Because most of the time, narinig nyo na ba to na nagtatrabaho na nga ako pero hindi mo pa rin ma-appreciate. The problem is, hindi pala love language ng wife niya na magtrabaho ka ng sabihin, magbigay ka ng regalo or bigay mo yung pera. Ang love language pala ng wife is time. An example that na-remind ako ni Louie is that before, sa Saudi kasi, we lived there, tapos I worked there. Tapos nag-work din si Louie sa hospital, so both of us working. So, pag lumaki kasi ako ng na nakita ko ang father ko na inalagaan ng mother ko maigin. Daddy ko naglalaba, daddy ko nagluluto, naglilinis. Talagang, ang gusto ng daddy ko, wag mapagod yung nanay ko sa bahay. So, he will do it. At the same time, working. Ako din, going to our marriage, pagdating ng Saudi, ginagawa ko, nasa work siya, gigising ako maaga, magluluto ang breakfast. Tapos ihatid ko siya sa work, tapos babalik ako sa office, tapos pagdating ko ng office, ako siya maaga na uwi ako ng bahay, tapos pagluluto ko siya, maglilis ako ng bahay. Tapos I'll make sure na ready lahat. Pagdating ni Loli, kakain kami ng dinner. Pagdating ng dinner, after ng dinner, ang tendency ko matulog. Kasi napagod na ako. At sa aking pag-iisip, in my understanding, I have done everything to show love for her. But hindi pala. Because her love language is time and touch. Hindi ko pala nagagawa yun. Kahit nagpapakahirap ako araw-araw, hindi pa rin niya pala nararamdamang mahal ko siya. Diba? So, ganun ba tayo? May tendency ba ganun ngayon na nakala mo ginagawa mo na lahat, pero hindi pala yun ang love language niya eh. So, hindi niya ma-appreciate yung paglilinis ko. Hindi niya ma-appreciate, hindi tumatagos eh.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, diba? Tapos, pagdating ko ng kwarto, tulog. Ay, minsan gusto niya pa nung mag-hug, mag-embrace, Tapos magkwentuhan muna bago matulog. Ako, hilik na lang ang kausap niya. So ganun din. For example, si husband, regalo ng regalo kay wife. Regalo ng regalo kay wife. Binibili ng lahat. Binibili ng magandang bag. Pero, yung pala hinihingi lang ni wife sa iyo is appreciation. Appreciate mo man lang itong suot kong damit. Pag ginawa mo yun, feel na lang, love na siya. Did savings pa. Hindi mo na kailangan magregalo na, diba? It helps us to identify and do things easier for us. Minsan nagiging komplikado eh. Minsan kasi we're not dealing the right love language. Kaya tuloy, we are spending so much effort sa ibang bagay. Minsan nakikita natin si wife na ano bang kadalasan ginano ni wife? Time. Gusto ni wife na mag-usap muna yung husband. Pero gusto naman pala ni husband mag-serve. Pag alam mo naman, i-ready mo naman yung yung damit ko. Kaya i-ready mo naman yung sana man lang pag uwi ko may pagkain tayo, ganyan. So, pag hindi siya nagmamatch, laging magkakaroon ng issues about it. Minsan, pakiramdam nyo, hindi nyo na nagagawa yung inyong part. So, this part, we just want to share with you very quickly yung mga personal learnings namin in uni.